I didn't bring enough to share.
Good, buddy? All right. We have Joey Capra and Chris Hunter here. Any questions from the athletes? We'll start with Justin.
So, Joey, can you tell us about how you came to Arizona and how this opportunity came about for you?
Kind of a crazy journey. I was over at Nevada, and I was ready to start my career. I was going to go be an EMT. I did all the schooling for it, and because I had graduated from Nevada, and I was like 2 days away from an interview, and I got the call, I think August 5th, to come out here. Asked me if I was ready, and I was like, of course, I would love to. And got all my clothes in a trash bag and drove on over from Orange County, and now I'm here.
And then where was the EMT gig?
It was in Anaheim. So I did my schooling in the Angels Stadium. So like there's a building, and I would look at a giant face of Mike Trout every single day when I'm eating my lunch.
So were you in football shape, would you say, at that point, because you were training to do this?
So I was living with my brother, and my brother had played football before, and he had played in the league, and he told me that once spring ball was over, that there was going to be some schools that were ready to look for me. So I stayed in football shape. He ran me through workouts. I was going to the gym, so I was in conditioning and lifting shape too.
What's his name?
Jacob Capra.
Jacob. Got it. Thanks.
Jason?
How's the transition to tackle been?
I love it. They brought me in as a center, and centers have to know the whole offensive line. So it's just flipping your technique a little bit, and it's been a fun learning curve.
Chris, these last few weeks that you've been getting more reps and more touches and all that, are you noticing the defense is starting to pay more attention to you? And if so, what have you had to do to try to counter that?
I mean, I wouldn't really say pay more attention to me, or that's not really something I focus on for the most part, because, you know, we got a guy on the other side of the field to me. At the end of the day, they'll be focused on him. So, I mean, I really just still focus on, you know, what I have to do, what my role is, what the play design is on a specific play, and I just, you know, trust my technique and trust my skills. And at the end of the day, it's a one-on-one. So I just kind of treat it the same way.
Have the coaches just kind of really stressed that with so much attention on TMAC that it can provide the opportunities for you and others, and you need to make the most of those, because then they may have to pay more attention?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, with a guy like T-Mac on the other side of the field, he holds so much gravity, it would naturally open up and make things a lot easier for somebody like me and the other receivers. So naturally, like, they tell us, like, they'll know, like, expect the ball on this play or be ready at all times, because if they gravitate towards him, you're the route they would want to go to on that play. So be ready to make a play.
Michael? One for each. Joey, were you in the portal?
Yes, I was.
You were. Okay. So you put your name in there just in case someone expressed interest. And then for Chris, T-Mac was just named a semifinalist for the Voletnikoff Award. You've been around him for a few years now. What have you learned from just watching him that maybe, you know, you could incorporate into your own game?
I mean, first of all, he might be one of the hardest practice players, you know, I've seen. So I try to replicate that myself. And he's constantly working, like, all the time, trying to learn new techniques, learn new things. So all the time, you might catch me just talking to him, chatting it up. I remember I just did it today, trying to figure out what to do, what he does, what technique he uses versus press in the boundary, you know, because, I mean, Biletnikoff, last year he could have won it. This year, I think he should win it, you know, and so that's the best receiver in the nation. So just being around him, like, he brings everybody up, he lifts everybody up, and he has such great energy, and I try to just learn as much as I can from him. Like, I'm asking him things all the time, trying to steal some techniques from his book and learn, like, the small details that he does that gets him such separation, you know, when he runs his routes and stuff. So, I mean, he has special talent. Y'all all know that. Y'all done seen it. So just trying to learn as much as I can.
Justin?
So TCU has a really good passing defense. What have you seen out of them on film, which is kind of the game plan for you guys going into this week?
So yesterday we looked at the explosives they gave up so far, and then today we'll come back and we'll start looking at their tendencies with the main things they run. But so far we see they run a lot of press, and we expected that. So you just got to change up your technique because the last 2 weeks, the teams we went against played a lot of bail or a lot of off. So, you just use your release techniques against press, and we'll see later today.
And Joey, this is your third school. How would you summarize your collegiate career from the starting point to now?
Oh, it's been a journey. It's been fun. I'd say once I arrived on Arizona, I was nervous about being the new guy, especially coming in fall camp. But this team has done a great job of welcoming me, and everyone was really accepting. I've had a lot of fun being a part of this team.
Ryan, do you already have the EMT thing set up again for after you're done with school? Like, when would you start with that?
So I'm nationally certified as an EMT. I would just need to interview with a certain company.
Gotcha. And, from your experience watching the way the line has had so much shifting, from the player standpoint, how difficult has that been? That, like, I think Friday was the 6th different starting lineup. How difficult has that been on just the group in general?
Well, we're a very close unit, and offensive line all works together for a common goal. So having that trust for anyone being put in that position and understanding that they know what they need to do for their job is definitely important. And so switching around can be stressful, but when you have the trust in your fellow player, it's easy.
Michael?
One for each. For Chris, the coaches have praised your work ethic in practice, and you said that's one of the reasons that you have gotten the opportunity that you have now. You mentioned watching T-Mac and learning from him. Is there anywhere else where you kind of got that work ethic from?
Oh, for sure. I mean, naturally, just trying to learn from and compete with guys like Montana. He's like the big bro of the group. You know what I'm saying? He taught me so many small details and stuff too. So, when you see how he goes about it, I try to replicate that, and and he also teaches me like the smaller details of, okay, you can use this in this instance, because he's played for so long, college football, and he has a lot of reps under his belt. So guys like that, Mally, he's a special talent. So just naturally, like good competition in a sense against, with those guys in the room. Just seeing we have so many unique type of route runners in our receiver room. So I'll steal something from everybody. Dev Hyatt, how he runs his routes, how he opens up, how JP separates, how T, attacks the ball, things like that, how Montana uses his hand on releases. I just try to steal things from everybody because it's, special people in the room.
Sure. And then for Joey, what was it like arriving so late and kind of having to play catch up?
It was definitely drinking from a fire hose. Like a lot of material coming at you quick. And I mentioned this earlier, but when we first came in, we did a group visit to the bowling alley for team bonding, and we were so pressed for time for me to learn the playbook that I would bowl and then I'd go into the corner with my coach and study the plays until it was my turn again. So we've definitely found ways around me learning the playbook, but it's been a scramble to get everything in.
When was the last time you played tackle?
Last time I played tackle was in San Diego State.
At San Diego State. Okay. And high school, I assume you were.
High school as well.
Coach Brennan said you look like a super trooper. Have you ever seen that movie before?
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Is there anybody that you can compare yourself to?
Well, when I first came in, I just had the stash because EMT, you're not allowed to have the beard. And previously I had the mullet as well when I was at Nevada. I had to take that off because I don't know if you want an EMT pulling up to you in a mullet and a big beard. But yeah, since I showed up here, I started growing it out and might go back to the mustache later on after November. Yeah.
And for both of you guys, what was that moment like in the locker room in the game on Friday, knowing that you guys finally ended that losing skid? What did that mean to you guys?
Oh, it means everything. Winning is the best because it really brings your team together. You can learn in both scenarios, but being able to accomplish the goal that you work so hard for so many hours on a day-to-day basis, it's very rewarding to have that with such a close group.
I think he touched on it well, because like he said, we such a close group and we all like a big family and brotherhood. And I'd say like going into that week with the bye week and everything, you would have never known, well, how we were trending going into this week. The energy was always high, the whole week of practice in the meeting rooms, all that. Like you would have thought we were undefeated at this point. So no one had any doubt or anything. So once we did get that win, we felt just good about it. We felt like that's how it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a great feeling. It's been a little minute, so we had a good time in the locker room, but we know there's more to come.
Last question to Mike.
Sure. Questions for both. Out of high school, you ended up going to San Diego State. What were your runner-up or your other schools that you were strongly considering?
So I was committed to Oregon because my brother was playing at Oregon, and he was graduating and wanted to move on. And so we went and looked around schools, and we landed on San Diego State.
Okay. And what is Auburn, California like?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Northern California, small town vibe, great football.
And then for Chris, what do you think are kind of the next steps in your development as a player? You've established yourself as a starter now. You've had some production. How do you get even better?
I think just continue to increase, Noah's confidence and feeling what routes he could give me the ball on, give me the ball in those situations, becoming a playmaker with the ball in my hands, after the catch. I feel like something that I could do for that next level of the game. Start making plays, downfield after the catch. Continue trying to separate. I'm kind of like that gadget guy right now, a lot of motions and stuff. So I think still work on my route technique. I don't think I made it yet. I think I still have a lot more to prove. So I think my next step is just continuing, kind of perfecting my game, trying to work on the things. I still have some weaknesses to work on. So I think just being more comfortable in a game environment, because I'm 3 starts in now. So just getting more comfortable in the flow, playing fast early, and then I should feel like that will improve my game more.
All right, that's our time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.